calling for your TikTok, baby. We're just gonna hang out here. I prepared for this. What's up? How you doing, Slade? I didn't really even pay attention. I thought that maybe I could go live on TikTok because it was back, but turns out that's not the case. So I'm using my iPad tonight, so it's not going to be as neat, because I'm nothing if not completely scripted and perfect. But so we're gonna use this. So I can already tell there's gonna be a whole lot of me zooming in really close when I come to grab the stand. I'm trying to get my Discord up on my phone because, like I said, I was gonna put a headphone in. So if you guys are gonna be on Discord, I can. What's up, Emily? I can be on my Discord, but I realized that I don't know if I. Oh, yeah, there we go. I was trying to remember if I could actually get on my Discord on my phone. Because if I had to go in there and try to remember passwords, we were in trouble. That's all I'm going to say. Now, the other downside of whether or not I can have you in my ear is whether or not I can even find my headphones. I use them every single day, but today was just a weird day, you know? You don't have TikTok anymore? You can't re-download it? Yeah, I noticed that it came back, but it's not on the App Store. Because I did check to see if it was on the App Store to see if, because it wasn't working right away. So I wanted to see if I needed to go download, update the app or something. But it didn't come on. So I didn't. But then I got a notification from TikTok that some of the services weren't available and they were working on them and that they would become available soon. So I just assumed, I'm over here. I just assumed that it would mean everything would come available. But obviously we are all finding out that that is not the case. So we'll see. I want to give the iPad a shot. Yeah, that's understandable because we're talking about, I mean, millions and billions of dollars. I mean, you got to think if they run it and it doesn't work, they get fined $5 million per user if they run it. What's up, Noah? I don't believe you suck at life. Trust me, I have the corner on that market. I don't like how much of the picture that this shows you. You don't need to see that much of my messy fish room. Or maybe you do. I don't know. You know, I'm a person that's afraid of being judged all the time, but yet here I am, allowing you to judge me in what I consider to be my happy place. And that's okay. I don't like that I can't see. Yeah. I didn't even know what the expectation of it was, so I did not delete it because I figured if it was going to come back the next day, deleting it, and plus I still hadn't downloaded any of my my stuff yet. I'm waiting for some software that I just got today to make video editing a lot easier if I need to if I do actually need to move all my videos to YouTube, because I don't know how that process works. I know that even after it got shut down yesterday, they were, yeah, would you look at that? I got some methylene blue on me. I know even when after they shut it down, they still left it up for you if you were a user, so you could go get your videos. But one of my computer hacker buddies gave me some software to edit some videos. I don't like that the iPad doesn't fit my walk around my Spinaroo tripod, so that's a little different. So dealing with I'm just gonna walk off a camera a lot. I got to run upstairs actually right now because I need to go find my headphone in case any of you guys are in Discord. I don't want to miss you. So, because I think that was the one thing I was going to try really hard. So I'll be right back, okay? Nope, not there. There was only one place it was going to be, and that was in my jacket upstairs. If it wasn't there, then I don't know where it is. Could be still in the pants I wore today because, well, I am a man and I don't empty my pockets, as I'm told repeatedly. Hell, I'm lucky even to know where my pockets are. Yeah, my pants are right here. I spent a lot of time down here. If I hadn't done this, you wouldn't even known. I don't feel bad about it. Why is this so heavy? Why are they not in here? Music is my life, bro. Bruh. Music is my life. What am I going to do? It's literally not that big of a deal. Maybe I'll just wear my big over the ear headphones. Thanks, Emmy. Emmy's telling everybody on live. Danny's there. Love it. I can watch the chat on my phone. But I really want to be able to pay attention to you guys. There was 30 people in here a minute ago. Hey, Emily. It's weird. Last night on my phone, my chat stayed up the whole time. But apparently, I can't make my chat stay up all the time on my iPad. So that might be another reason why to use my phone. But at least this way I can read it. But I got to keep going back because somebody's telling me their husband broke their dryer, but I can't see that. Because you didn't empty. Yeah. So unless you guys are constantly typing, it's hard for me to follow chat, apparently, which is a little frustrating. But I didn't get to bed until pretty late last night because that rock of eggs that I took, well, it held pretty good. And I got some of the fungus pulled out of it last night. There's a little bit of fungus on it today, but if you saw my video on TikTok, if you still have TikTok, there's only a couple eggs that fungused overnight. But then like I said, a lot of the fish were going crazy in there. There's a lot of infighting happening. I don't usually see that tank like that. So I filmed 2 more egg bunches, and that rock, the wiggles, there's 2 sets of wiggles, so they got to be about the same age. They're less than 6 inches apart in the tank. And then the egg, it was like a triangle of, it was like a Bermuda Triangle. A Bermuda Triangle of baby eggs. So it seems to have helped to move the rock. When I siphon out the wigglers today, I think that might help. If I wait one more day, I think they're all going to be swimming, which I seem to have success being able to do it that way too. But we'll have to see. I wonder if I go on YouTube on my other account, if it's a lot easier to read the chat, albeit delayed. Because I would rather watch chat delayed than not at all. Hey, Dorothy. See, yeah, Dorothy, I don't even see your chat here. Live chat. There you are. You will find them in the weirdest place. Yep. Yeah, and so if somebody types, then I see it as somebody types. I had it on top comment, so that obviously isn't going to help me. And then I can always just put this thing here, and I can just follow it there. So if I need to, I can just follow the chat there. So today I think it's nice and cool down in the fish room. It's only 77 degrees down here. Considering I have the thermostat set to 69 in the house, 77 is actually a cool temperature. With it being freaking negative, with wind chill, they're talking negative 30 right now. But it's negative 10. Wind chill is for people that didn't grow up in actual winter. What's up, Will? Welcome. Again. Welcome. Just kind of waiting for the people to come on, people that I'm used to seeing. Loving to see new faces. I saw some new faces right away in the beginning, which is something I'm going to get used to. I'm kind of hoping that, what's up, Jacob? I'm kind of hoping that Dan comes back on because I wanted to show him that my coral opened up today. I didn't think it was going to open up, so I'm pretty happy about that. I was more than sure that I sold it, that I killed it. But there it is, opened up. Not a very good picture because I'm using the front camera. Yeah, Michigan's starting to get cold too. My gold rams are starting to pair up, which is neato. They're starting to kind of tussle with each other a little bit, which I actually like to see. It means that they're establishing boundaries and getting one step closer to making babies. It's 15 and snowstorming. Emily, I wish we've had one snowstorm. We haven't even had a snowstorm. We got 3 inches of snow like 2 months ago, and then it's just been cold. So the snow that's on the ground right now is literally from that snowstorm and like a 1-inch dusting that we've had. People have this misconception that in Minnesota we get a lot of snow. Like, there are definitely winters when we do, but places like Michigan, especially UP or upstate, I do take care of fish I try to take care of my fish, Jacob. It's not loaded lettuce, it's macroalgae. And about 1.5 feet. Holy crap. It's macroalgae, and it's there to kind of help control some of the algae. The other part of controlling of the algae is going to be me using a toothbrush, because I didn't do a very good job with the light. I kind of forgot about this tank for a long time. So we're just kind of, I do a lot more freshwater. Like, this is my only saltwater tank that I have in the basement. I have a few more freshwater tanks than I do saltwater tanks. So I'm still kind of learning freshwater. Hell, I'm always learning. I'm trying to always learn. Always learning freshwater. What's up, Rihanna? How are you? I sure would like to learn how to make chat bigger. That would be neat. I just zoom in. Boop, 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 boop. They're coming for your TikTok, baby. Had that song in my head all day. Kind of started my day off that way. It's 6 in the morning. So I go to work to my part-time job today at the fish store, and I'm supposed to be there at 7, or at the pet store, I should say. Supposed to be there at 7, and the person that I'm working with, the manager, forgot that they worked. So I got up at 6:30, drove a half an hour to work, got there, waited in my truck for an hour and a half for the manager to realize that they had to work. So I used a 1/4 tank of gas just chilling there watching videos. I didn't even know it was an hour and a half because I got lost in the TikTok stream. As we've all done. Nobody poops for 45 minutes unless there's something wrong with them. Oh, look at this. I can't see the streams. This is awful. 1.5. So you told your husband and he gave me the okay on doing a salt tank. We're doing a 20-gallon, so it fits in the living room. I have a 55-gallon in there now. Just swap them. Well, that's cool. That's awesome. That'll be a lot of fun. I'm having a lot of fun, even though it doesn't look all that pretty. I'm really liking it. I almost bought another bubble tip anemone today, but I didn't want to, so I didn't. And as an adult, I can make those choices. I can make a lot of choices as an adult, at least once. Is your living room on a flat slab like my basement is, or do you have to worry about silly things like weight? Ow. I have my hands in the water a lot, as you guys can probably tell, and I got a really bad split on my thumb digit, and so every time I close my thumb, it's excruciatingly painful. So my digit that changes me from a primate, I cannot oppose. I cannot oppose one of my opposables. Thanks, Garcia. I appreciate that. Once these kick in, I'll be doing a lot better. But for the most part, I'm doing really good. I have, this is kind of how I start things out. Pretty chill. I like to hang out and talk with people, answer any questions that they have, walk around like an idiot. And then I try to get a few things done. Like, I've had most of the day off, so I've gotten most of the stuff done that I wanted to get done. 75 in your bedroom, See, I got to read all the comments on my delay over here. It's kind of icky. I'm having a rough day, and my first fish passed away. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Rihanna. Got to get the okay first, especially if, you know, he wants to make sure that structure. You got them all over the place. Hey, what's up? I'm located up in Minnesota. Ray. Hold on a second. I gotta. Clicky clicks. Okay, we're back. I'm currently editing and putting together my first actual YouTube video instead of doing shorts. That's fun. I was supposed to be currently downloading all my software so that I can do that. But I think for a while I might just take a lot of my YouTube lives or my TikTok lives that I did and just post them in their entirety. I think there's a lot of just natural interactions with you guys that I'm kind of proud of. And I don't want to go through 2 hours of each video and try to edit it down to that. Nobody needs to watch it. It's okay. I think it's important that it's on there for me so that I have it. Oh, for making a sorority tank? Yeah, I did it the long way. It took me a few months to do. I did it in a 40-gallon, and I had about 7 or 9 of them. I don't remember. But I always had an extra tank available in case they got a little too fighty. And every time I put one in, I would change the territory around. So once they got used to an area, I would take it away from them. So they didn't have anything to fight about. Oh, great. That's awesome. I don't remember. I had one of my buddies download a program for me, and I'm using that. So I still have a habit of looking at my phone. Like I'm still looking at my phone, but that's because it's sooner I can see the... It's going pretty good, Chris. Welcome. Garcia, I keep a lot of rams. That's what I do. I do like German blue rams, black rams, gold rams, Bolivian rams. I'm raising some fry right now, and electric blue if I didn't see them. And then I do have some discus hiding in the background back there. And I got some Jack Dempsey's hiding kind of shoved in the corner over there. And then I just have some random fish around. But a lot of the randoms that I have are there for like dither fish and things like that. A couple fish I wanted to have just because they're cool, but and then I have guppies everywhere because they're usually food. Yeah, I would rearrange the tank. I mean, I just had a lot of plants in there, and so I would rearrange mostly the hard structures. And then, maybe move a couple plants are here, but you can kind of tell when a beta has decided that one area is its area. And then so before I would add a new tank in there, I would take that area away from it. Because once you take that area away from them, it pretty much puts them all on equal footing. And then there isn't one that can go back and, oh, no, you can't come here. They can't be like, this seat's taken because it's not their seat anymore. So that always seemed to work best for me anyway. I'm watching myself in delay just so I can see the text. I'll stop talking about it, though. If I keep talking about it, it just seems like I'm complaining, which I am. But I should pick that fungus out, though, is what I should get to. Oh, yeah, I don't know if I think I asked you about that if you had driftwood. I can't remember. But yeah, I mean, driftwood driftwood causes a biobloom. So, I mean, it can absolutely cause your cloudiness. But I guess I didn't really think about how long you've had that driftwood in there, whether or not it was new driftwood or because that can do it for about a week or so. What got me into the fish hobby was that I couldn't have what got me into the fish hobby was that I couldn't have a pet. I grew up poor, like a lot of people, single Mexican mom and just doing the best she could. But she always wanted to make her kid happy, so she started me off. I wanted a pet, so she got me guppies, and I had guppies in a 5-gallon fishbowl when I was about 5 years old, and those guppies had babies. And then she let me get a tank. I got a 10-gallon tank, and I got to keep those babies. And then I just always kind of had a love for animals, even as a kid. I put rollerblade wheels on my chairs in my basement so that I can just scoot around. And then she let me get a hamster, and then my second hamster got out and started nibbling around her toe in the middle of the night. And then she put a nixday on hamsters, and it was only fish from then on out. And then I discovered girls. Not at 9, but as time went on, I discovered girls, and I forgot about fish for a little bit. And then I realized that fish, like some girls liked fish, so I got fish again. And fish have always been in and out of my life. I've always enjoyed them. I think it's a fair question. I find out a lot of people get into fish because they couldn't get a dog or they couldn't get a cat or something like that. So, thanks for asking. I'm happy to share. It's nice to find people with genuine interest, So, I'm gonna point the camera. We're gonna see how this works on the iPad, and then I gotta pick some fungus off of this thing. So we're gonna see how that goes. We'll see how well this works. I can't find. Rihanna loves plecos. We all know that. I can't find my small. I found my. I had a bunch of small pipettes, and I can't find them. And I found one, and it was cracked in the middle, which does nothing to help my stability, as far as like my shaky hand and everything. So I have some German black ram eggs in here that I need to pick. Let's shut this off. No reason for that. No reason for that wild water flow right now. Just dump that in there so I'm not spilling. These eggs turned out really good. This was a really nice batch that was laid. I was only able to pick off maybe 4 fungus eggs yesterday. And overnight, there's about 1, 2, 3, 4. There's less than a dozen of them, but they're still really important to get off. This one's not by another egg, so that's an easy pick. It's still really important to get them away from the rest of the eggs, though. They are white over. They're still in the very early stages of fungi. So getting them away from the other eggs is super important because they will cause the other ones to fungus over. There's 2. There's 2. There's 2. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll just grab that one that's bad and we'll just throw it in the tank because the other fish will eat it. Frontosas and Severums. Those are good choices. Saw a really pretty Severum today. I saw it for about 2 seconds because I didn't want to look any longer. Just like I didn't want to look any longer at that green and white bubble tip anemone. Forced myself to walk away from that one. There's 3. Ooh, calm down. These eggs are probably a day away from starting to just be a bunch of eyeballs staring at me. But if you plan on breeding egg layers, then this is just plan on this being your what you do. That might not be an egg. Nope, that's part of the rock. Wow, that really looked like an egg. That is, though. There we go. Nice. Oh, no. Damn it. Ah, I pierced a good one. A 150, a 125, and a 65. Nice. You got to have an Oscar. It was listed as one of your favorites. I'd be disappointed if you said no. What's up, Cat? Sorry, I didn't check ahead of time to see if going live on TikTok was actually a thing. I guess it's still not a thing. Maybe tomorrow, if it's still here. I could have tried a quick, 5-minute, just a test live earlier. That probably would have been a good thing to do. Ah, Fahaka puffers. Yeah, those are cool. You like those aggressive fish. Super cool. Eh. I'm learning something. That if you're able to just encapsulate the bad egg with the tip of this and just squeeze this gently, the up and down suction will just suck the bad egg out after a few sucks rather than try to move it and risk puncturing the good egg that's next to it. Just a nice, gentle. There we go. I don't even have to touch the rock. You just have to center the bad egg. And then you just feed the bad egg to the fish. They'll eat it. Oh, wow. Yeah, you definitely like the big fish. No, I don't have that many. I mean, I have 2 more down in this tank. I grabbed these eggs last night. And then I guess, I don't know. Oh, shit. Don't do it with one hand, James. This is too big of a pipette for that. I guess, and then I mean, that's 3. Then I do have 2 clutches of black rams over there, so that's 4 and 5. And then I have that one huge clutch of German blue ram, so that's 6. So I guess you're not that far off. It happened. You know, I'm gonna slip from time to time. You're gonna hear it. Or are you? I hate this tripod. I don't know why I've decided to use my iPad, but I am. I'm going to try something out. Okay. I don't know. I almost feel like I did more bad than good this time trying to use the large pipette. But we'll just get her back in here. Get the Airstone running again. I like to put a suction cup on here for air hose, and then use that so I can control the height of the and I have it zoomed in on my iPad too. So it'll be a little bit different. But I am kind of using my iPad because I was hoping that the chat doesn't stay up on my iPad though. And it stays up on my iPhone, but it's so small. So I was hoping that it would be bigger on the iPad because, you know, big screen, big things. Apparently that's not the case. And I don't really want to just stop the live because I have thousands of hundreds of tens of people in here, and I don't want to make it all complicated. I don't know if the new Airstone was the key or not, but I definitely can tell you there was a lot less eggs fungused over, so maybe. What's up, Dan? Oh my God. That Dan. What's up, Dan? Maybe I will. I haven't had a glass of Jameson in many years, though. 22 years of bartending, and you know, almost that many as a diabetic. Once you start getting on that diabetic medication, just drinking doesn't seem worth it anymore because everything hurts so much more and you feel so much worse. But I got a bottle of Jameson Black Label that's been sitting in my liquor cabinet since my best friend Ryan died about 10 years ago. It was the last bottle of whiskey we ever had together, and it's still about half full, and it just sits there. Maybe one day I'll have some, but when I feel like talking to him for a while, we can do that. So far, we've had pretty good conversations without it. Good to see you too, Dan. If you guys haven't gotten into the Discord yet, please do. Let's try to utilize that. I don't know where the Discord is going to take us, but we're going to try. Have a great night, Garcia. It was nice to meet you. I'm glad you stopped in. I can't wait to see more of your tanks. You should get on the Discord, Garcia, and post some pictures of your tanks on the Discord. I know that's one thing I really want people to use that Discord for, because I want to see all your tanks, and then I want to talk, and then like I think it was Ray said earlier, one of the great things about fish is that there's so many different ways to do them. I want to see how everybody is doing fish, because I think we all can learn from each other when it comes to that. And if you feel like you can't learn from it, then then maybe you just need to go to a different hobby that challenges you. All right. I'm not done with this tank. I have babies to siphon out. You know what the greatest thing about working at a fish store is I get stuff for free. It got a little itty bitty chip right there. My manager's like, you know what? That looks damaged. You should probably take it home with you. And I'm like, I don't know. And then another manager came up to me and said, that thing is, congratulations, Chris. That's awesome, man. I had two managers come up to me today. Hey, you see that tank? It's damaged. You could probably use it. The truth is, I can't. But I'm not going to say no. It's a nice little 6-gallon cube. I can definitely use it. I mean, I can use it as a shrimp tank, or I could use it as a hospital tank. So, I mean, there's definitely things I can do with it. So why wouldn't I take it, right? So I took it. It's home over there. Maybe we'll do an aquascaping video with it. Maybe I'll attempt to make a pretty tank, unlike all these other ones that I have over here. Who knows? Maybe we'll do something neat with it. I'll talk with my hands. Yeah. Well, and it's funny, too, because I only work there a day and a half a week. And so they text me, hey, somebody just returned this. Do you want it? And I work with a great group of people. They understand what I'm trying to do, and they just try to feed me the stuff I need to do it. And I think that's pretty nice. Oh, thanks, Danielle. A lot of times I look at my tanks and I go, God, I wish I had pretty tanks like all those people on YouTube or TikTok. Like, I just have tanks that, just anybody else would own. And I mean, not that that's bad. I don't look at my tanks and go, oh, that's a pretty tank. I just look at my tanks and I go, oh, that tank needs that. I got to do that, or that has that problem with it. It's an easy thing to solve. Buy shelvings. A small layer of stone in the bottom. Yeah, I've been thinking that I should probably throw some stone in the one that I'm going to set up over here, because I think a lot of times what I'm running into is that I leave it bare bottom and it doesn't separate the junk from the fry, and they tend to get stuck in the junk. Does that make sense? Maybe I'm just thinking of reasons of why I'm failing. I don't know, on the things that I fail, but I feel like the breeder boxes are hard to come by in Vermont. I just buy everything online. It's funny, like the pet store I work at doesn't even really carry what I need anymore, so I rarely buy anything from it. And ironically enough, I started working there so that I could use the discount. Oh, the blackworms. Blackworms are hard to find. They're not hard to find around here. They're just not right down the road from me. So I usually they're about a 15-20 minute drive. But I understand that for a lot of people, a 15 to 20 minute drive is their dream drive to go get blackworm. So I'm not complaining that I have to drive 15-20 minutes. I'm complaining that I have to drive 15-20 minutes. That's exactly what I was doing. So I'll stop doing that. But it is. I'm gonna feed all my tanks first so that I can maybe catch my fish in a moment of weakness, and maybe they'll leave me alone while I'm trying to siphon their eggs away from them, while I'm trying to, well, in their eyes, end their lineage. You know, if you got to end their lineage, you got to end their lineage, right? I mean, you got to do it. You got to do it. Sorry, guys. I'll make the rules. Wait, this is exactly what I do because I am, what? Say it with me, class. A generous God. So I'm going to keep them going. So my black rams are doing very well. They're not just piling up in the corner anymore. They're actually piling up here. I'll take the iPad down here and I'll show you where they are because they are actually. Now when I do this, I don't know. Let's see how good. They're actually starting to swim up and down the tank now. If you can see them there. And then there's still, there's still some of them, and they're still hanging out in the corner. That rock was a pickup operation. We did that last night. I think I did it with you guys on here. But if you probably won't be able to see, but there are a few of them that are swimming free like throughout the tank. So it does kind of sound funny. But yeah, yesterday I looked at the black ram and I was kind of concerned that I wasn't seeing them down in the corner, but then I looked up and I realized that they were starting to pick at all the brown algae that was up on the glass. So it was exciting and it made me feel better. And now I'm reaching behind me trying to grab brine shrimp. So we're gonna feed them while trying not to shake you all over the place. And that should be more than enough food for them for, well, at least midnight. I'll feed them again before I go to bed, but not as heavy. That way they can make it all night, and then I can feed them again before I go to work. And then I'll feed them again when I get home from work. And then I'll feed them again on the live, and then I'll feed them again when we go to bed. Ideally, I want to feed them 3 to 4 times a day when they're at this size, because they're still growing. We'll make a pit stop over here to see Xena, see where she is. There she is back there. My first and only beta I've ever bred. It's a crown tail. And she's gorgeous. She was named, was she named by Noah? Was it Noah that named her? And so we're going to drop a little bit of, we'll just drop a little bit of brine shrimp right there for her. There's only her in this tank and the snail named Gary. So, and then I'm not going to do a full feeding on my saltwater tank, so we'll just drop a little baby brine in here because they they don't hate baby brine. That'll be enough for the clown and the hermits and the peppermint shrimp that's in there. Remind me again of Third Place Aquatic, what her name is again, please. She reached out to me last night too to make sure that I had her Discord. So thanks for letting her know, and just another example of what a great person I really think she is. This is a 10-gallon tank that I have German blue rams in. This was a huge fry. Now I have noticed I haven't seen a lot of them today. And then again, I did notice that they are hiding in there. So they are kind of making the best of that Java / I think it's actually Christmas moss. I don't really know how to tell, but it doesn't seem as dense as Java moss. So they are making a run for it in there. A lot of great micronutrients for them in there. So I'm not surprised to see them in there. And then we're going to make a feed stop on the Bolivian rams. These guys, a little bit bigger. They're a little bit older. About a month and a half older, to be exact. So I spare no expense. They're about ready to be. I've been talking about it, but I think this week I'll be for sure they're going to be off of baby brine. There's still a couple in there that I want to see get bigger before I do that. Make note of what their bellies look like. Notice the clear color on them. We'll check them again, and then you'll see that they'll have some colors in their bellies to show that they're full. Okay. Oh, thank you very much. I didn't see any of this text. I had to come back to my phone. So I'm not trying to collect anything in that mop. I had this mop. It should go. I'll put it back today. I'll put it back in with. It sits in this tank over here with my killifish, my killifish gardnerias, and I usually leave it in there for about 4 days, and then I pull it out and throw it into another tank because I don't have good eyes, so I can't see the eggs. So I just throw it in another tank and then wait for the babies to show up. And that's actually something that's worked for me pretty well in the past, especially when I was breeding golden wonders. That technique actually worked really well for me to move in between 3 tanks. But then I started not having 3 tanks to be able to use, and so I just kind of stopped doing it. And I wanted to try doing CPDs. So I just kind of stopped doing it. So I still kind of do it from time to time. Heck, even Xena. So I had Xena in a breeder box. This breeder box, as a matter of fact, I had my bubble wrap here, and I got less than a dozen fry that worked in there. And then I noticed the male started eating them, so I removed the male, and then I thought they were all dead. So I just picked it up because I had all of these eggs for these Bolivians. So I needed it. I put all the Bolivians in there, and I dumped that into this tank. And then I put that up there, and 2 days later I put you weren't first. And then I put the Bolivians in there. Well, this whole time I've been raising her side by side with the Bolivians, and since I had guppies in there too, I didn't see her. Oh, for the first time. Nice. What kind of shrimp did you get? If you tell me ghost shrimp, I'm going to tell you to feed them to your fish. No, I won't. Everybody gets what they want. That's the great thing about fish, right? We get what we want. We get what we like. All right, so then we're going to feed the big fish now. And then the big fish, this is what I got for them today. It's spirulina and mysis shrimp heavy. And then I did, yeah, that's basically what it is. And then there's baby brine in here too. I like to throw baby brine in even though it's adults because baby brine is so packed with protein. Why would I not give them protein, right? Oh yeah, you gotta be careful with fragrances, especially around shrimp tanks. Be very careful about the fragrances that you have in the room because that gets into the water and can crash your cycle. Oh, I love orange bees. Orange bees are awesome. Honestly, an underrated shrimp. I think orange bees. I think a lot of people don't like them right now because golden yellowbacks are all the rage. So everybody wants golden yellowbacks. I got a bunch of guppies in that 5 gallon over there. I even feed my feeder guppies well. Why not, right? I I don't know. I have plug-in air fresheners in my fish room, but I think I have enough tanks that they kind of get overpowered. But sometimes I can't help it, man. I gotta have them because, like on hot summer days, man, it gets swampy. Um, a lot of times, just having uh like Fosgard can help with smell if you're having a problem. Because what I've realized a lot, if you have high phosphates, you have stinky tanks, or you have a snail that died that you didn't see. I give people free guppies all the time. We get so many guppies like dropped off that it's just like people come in. There are people that come in specifically to look at our donation fish. Like, what do you got? What do you got? Who dropped off stuff? And then there are some people that I just don't give fish to because they come in every single week and they want all the donation fish. And I'm like, dude, you don't have room for this. What are you doing? Like, if you're using them for feeders, one thing. But I got one guy that comes in all the time. He's like, yeah, I'm breeding mollies and guppies. Need all the mollies and guppies you can have. And it's like, it took me a while to catch on that I've probably given you like 400 mollies and guppies. You're not breeding mollies and guppies. You're taking them all and you're going to another store that's giving you credit for them and you're doing a hustle. I'm not going to help you with your hustle. I'm not there for your hustle. I'm here for my hustle. And you're annoying. So there's that. You've now annoyed me. I don't want to help you anymore. All right, hold on. Please don't fall on the ground. There's no reason for me to set that down so precariously, but yet I did anyway. One thing I'll give the iPad, I think it gives a better picture for you guys when I'm far away. But I got to find a stand like I have for my phone so that it follows me around the room. Because this walking around. They just list them full price? What a rip, man. That's just greed. Hey, I got these fish for free. I'm going to charge somebody else full price for them because I'm a jerk. That's really what that is. That. I wouldn't even shop at that store because of that. For that reason alone. Tiger lemurs. I'm going to be honest with you. You got me. You got me on that one. I'm cleaning the side of this. If I'm going to show you, if I'm going to show you the tank, you know, I got to at least show it to you kind of clean, right? Come on. In the meantime, look at my black Rams. Aren't they pretty? Yes, they know it. That is a breeding pair of German black Rams in there, and they understand just how beautiful they are. They do not know how to lay eggs well, though. They have laid one pair of eggs, and she did a really crummy job and laid it on the Dragonstone. I got to get rid of the Dragonstone in there because the Dragonstone is not, it's not conducive to laying a nice row of eggs. It's all jaggedy, and then they overlap each other, and then all your eggs die because they fungus over. So it's partly my fault for not giving her an adequate canvas to use, I guess you could say. Again, I'm not seeing text. Yeah, I mean, part of me wants to just log off of my iPad and go on to my phone and go back to being on live on my phone because I seem to be having more hassle than good with what's going on with this thing. It's kind of annoying me. What do you guys think? You guys have a vote in that? Everyone's got a vote in that. I will give you 3, spilled to myself, 2, 1 second to think. It's not hard for me at all. All I got to do is end and then go back on. So, yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to sign off real quick on this live, and then I'm going to sign on to my other phone because I keep looking at you and then looking over here, and then it's annoying me. So I'll be back. It's early in my YouTube career. I can do things like